It is on the bottom.
Yeah, it's going on the bottom.
I don't know what the
I don't know
cost
either,
is.
but that seems a little odd that it would just stop. Like it didn't want us to catch it. See if you can catch that box again. Still there?
Yeah. Sort of.
The timer's going still?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have something to reference in case we missed it before. That's interesting. Alright. Whoever's here, I'm saying goodbye. It's me, Lou, but I'm leaving. Bye. Okay. As long as I get my goodbye. Kind of closes it out. That way I got nothing following my ass home.
Yeah. So do you have any, like, basic conversation guide when you talk to them? Like, do you introduce yourself and say, like, your intentions? Or do you kind of just, like, jump into hard questions?
I jump right in, especially if I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
For, like, the locations that we go to. And obviously, I've been here several times. Sometimes my name will pop up. And I'll get a hello through one of the other spirit boxes because they know who I am by now.
Right.
So it's super cool. This place has been a little sketchy with phones. So
Getting a little bit of red.
yeah,
Calm down.
this is my big finale. If it were to be a finale, this is what it would be. I'm just moving us away from the homeless because they've been here the past couple of weeks. So we're standing on the Pinckney Mansion site. Charles and Eliza Pinckney lived here. Charles and his son, Charles Coatsworth, signers of the Constitution. His wife, Eliza, is what saved us from when our rice plantations went to shit. So when that started to die down, a little backstory on her real quick. She's from England, and she only married Charles so that way she could stay here in the States.
Yeah.
However, once it got better, he used to send her plants from England all the time. And she was a botanist, so her garden would have been just behind the mansion, and just where that trailer is back there, that would have been where the slave homes were. Okay, so this was a giant mansion.
Okay.
Giant. So anyway, the plants that he used to send over, one of them happened to be indigo, which is what makes blue dye for your blue jeans. This is where it started.
Okay.
So she wasn't only the person that started the crop for indigo that saved Charleston, but she was also the businesswoman that sold it back overseas to other countries to make it a success. I've had full conversations with Eliza in here. She'll tell you about how many wives her husband had.
Wow.
Yeah, like she'll tell you all kinds of stuff. She'll tell you about the plants.
Really cool.
Now, it's going the same way. So if you actually hold this guy up flat like this, it will go in sync with that light blinking. Just to kind of give you, I mean, if you want to use your phone to videotape it and go frame by frame, by all means. I've had people test it. Sometimes that light's not blinking at all. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. It's whatever. But most of the time, if it's active over here, which I've only had 2 nights where this has never been active, to kind of prove my point that it is haunted, that light is going off about 75% of the time. So, I got the word in blank. So this is actually working now, which sucks. And they're going to be putting a commercial hotel here.
Oh, really?
And not do an archaeological dig. So we're going to lose all the artifacts from the Pinckneys. We're going to lose all the artifacts from the slave homes that were in the back. Just craziness, the fact that they're not going to do a dig here. This is by far my most active site procedure. Like I said, I've had Eliza tell me her name on the reverse spirit box, like plain as day. She'll tell me, numbers. Hey, how many wives did Charles have named Eliza? And she'll tell me. How many wives did Charles have in total? How many kids did you have? She'll give us numbers.
Today.
We got today again. Remember, it showed up again over there.
Yeah, I remember it's come
It's
up.
weird that a word will show up twice. This thing has a vocabulary of 9,000 words.
Yeah.
So the free version has 3,000. I bought the upgraded version to get the 9,000.
Yeah.
Do you notice, like, themes of words that you think might be, like, part of, like, the app built in that you see, like, that are, like, random but you see frequently?
they'll try to do scare tactics with it just because it's kind of fun and whatever.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, whenever I'm in specific locations like this one, the northern end of the lot, if I start walking it long enough, I'll come up with bones, buried, body, treasure, like those kind of things that are kind of mysterious of what's underneath the ground.
Yeah.
Those like, and I won't see them like that the rest of the night. Like it'll just, I've seen it here in direct voice.
What was that?
It's an indirect voice. So I wonder if it's asking for you to listen.
Oh.
Because you have the spirit box. Because it's an indirect voice.
Yeah.
Eliza, are you hanging out with us tonight again?
Am I able to slow this down so that
No.
I could like hear the station longer?
Sleeping? You
Yeah.
could. You could slow it down if you want.
I feel like I can't hear it.
So if we do that, then we take in the effect that we're listening for a DJ. That's why I have it at the speed that it's at.
Okay.
Because we want it to be stopped.
Okay.
I used to have it pretty slow.
So this will like stop if there's a.
You'll hear that it'll be a slightly longer pause in between each static
Gotcha.
structure. Now, I will tell you, was it, I think it was 2 nights after the riot down here? Everything related was about the riots.
I bet.
I mean, the energy down here was just completely different.
We went to a couple protests, not riots, but protests where we're from. They were peaceful.
Talking about the riots.
Oh my gosh, disgusting. Oh, this is going all 5 bars.
I mean,
Is that because of the light?
it could be, I mean, just
that
whoever's
angle?
hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we could probably move to a different area and it would be different, and then come back here and it would be empty.
yeah.
We just never know. I'm not literally dragging you to the exact spot where I think it's
Right.
going to go off. I'm just trying to keep you away from the homeless because I don't know who they are. I got the word command. So, if you want me to ask another question? What's my name? Beam. I'm not using the lasers tonight. I usually get something. Like the only times I have gotten something out of the laser grid has been in this location.
Oh wow.
Can you tell me what color that beam is? Listen to what? What color is the laser that I use? What color is the light? Something on what? Does that light show up in your camera? Like the flashing light?
I
Little
can't
bit.
even.
So those little white things are hanging down and keep flashing? Up to the right of that? Yeah, that's where that flashing light is. And if there's anything around it. Martha, you're giving me gibberish tonight. neutered. Punch me or what? Courage. Well, Eliza, I think we're gonna move on because you're not really saying much. You want to prove to me that you're here? Tell me how many Eliza wives Charles had? How many? How many wives named Eliza did Charles have?
Did he have 4?
Two.
2?
He had 4 total wives, but 2 named Eliza.
Might have heard 4 come through, but it was really, really fast.
Eliza? How many Eliza? 2? Eliza, I know you're here. Come on, give us one more word before I say goodbye. Piazza? Your house didn't have a piazza. What happened to your house?
Seemed to be getting a decent amount of activity.
Yeah. So tell me what happened to your house, Eliza. It was a fire, so you guys know. Alright, Eliza. I better move on. I'm gonna say goodbye.
Wow, all 5.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, there's... The fact that there's no pulse to it, it just...
Yeah. Is that a sign you're here?
Alright, Eliza, I'm gonna move these guys on. I'm not staying. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, so we're gonna actually walk like 2.5, 3 blocks that way to get to the next somewhat haunted location.
Okay.
Yeah, just like, it's pretty cool to keep that going just so you can kind of, that's
Yeah.
where we spotted all the stuff around my head.
Yeah.
This, irrelevant because you're gonna be walking over crazy
Okay.
lines.
Gotcha.
And again, I mean, if you're gonna listen to the spirit box, by all means, but who knows if we actually capture anything.
Okay.
Got the word metal. The gates. What you guys thought it was gonna be?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, this is really cool.
So, I will tell you, my competitors don't like me very much because, well, first off, I'm unlicensed. So in the city of Charleston, as in most tourist cities,
Yeah.
there's always a licensing guide for tour guides.
Yeah.
But right now, that is going through an appeal in the courts, so you don't need a license to be able to do this, even though I've watched the live wire. Even though, like, I've read the tour guide book, I know the histories,
Yeah.
you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
You don't need a license to do this. So, like, my competitors are kind of like, shit.
What the heck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, they try to do something like this at the old jail, which is really cool. because it's haunted all on its own. You don't really need gadgets and equipment to figure that out.
Yeah.
But it's in one spot, and I believe they charge double.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, okay, guys, whatever. I just need to eat. I'm good. I'm gonna have some fun.
That's huge.
Yeah. Oh, this was part of the riots, so it's blocked off now. Like there was all kinds of like anti-racial stuff written everywhere.
Gotcha.
They cleaned it up already. Repainted, and Charleston has a weird like color palette with paint. There's certain things like by the city ordinances, they have to use certain colors.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So ultimately, one of my goals for this is to actually have a shop down here where I sell ghost hunting equipment and books based on the supernatural.
That'd be cool.
And then book tours, and my wife could have her own office and do the photography at the end and that kind of thing, like a thrill ride. But we're already looking at like the city regulations and ordinances of like what do we have to do in order to get down here. And the word calendar, actually the word full came up before that. Maybe that's a good sign for me anyway.
Oh, full calendar. Yeah.
Yep. Full calendar is always good for me. So like when tours are slow, like I'll drive Uber Eats during the daytime.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta remember I left a 6-figure job. I gotta maintain some kind of lifestyle.
Exactly.
So do you guys work? Do you guys go to school?
I go to school. I go to Auburn,
Okay, what are you going for?
aerospace engineering.
Wow, it's pretty intense.
So it's fun. Yeah.
And you were the one that said you weren't techie? Like,
Well,
I mean, I know it's...
Exactly, right? What the heck?
yeah, this stuff still isn't in the curriculum. But yeah, I'm going into my junior year, kind of. Junior,
And
senior year.
I'm also a student, physician assistant grad student.
Okay, very cool.
And our rotations got canceled for last month and this month due to coronavirus. So last month I kind of like did the whole like quarantine thing, and even so far this month I'll be
I'm going to see where your hotel is.
So figured I wasn't going to sit home for another 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll have to go do something, right?
Yeah.
So I got a year left until I finish my master's, and then I'll probably end up going in for my PhD.
Nice.
I have 2 bachelors already, and my wife finishes up her bachelor's about this time next year. So she's probably gonna go back in for her master's degree in graphic design.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So between the two of us, like we're just 2 creatives. Like she has her office, I have mine.
Yeah.
You know, my kids try to take over my office. We're gonna make a right down this alley. But this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool.
So this is actually the old town that we have here. Another one is how long do you guys staying in Charleston?
We're leaving probably like tomorrow early afternoon.
You won't have too much tourism stuff to do, huh?
No, we went to the beach for like 30 minutes today, so we're gonna try to go to the beach for a little bit longer tomorrow, and then we're off to Atlanta.
Gotcha. Alright, so I kind of try to stop here. So you guys should know where you're at. First off, this is Lodge Alley. Lodge Alley Inn is right behind me, which is said to be haunted. Every hotel here has some kind of ghost story. I just stop here, A, because it's super old and kind of adds to the ambiance of the tour.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get super cool stuff out of this, but this is also where I tell you like one of the psychic stories that I was working with up in Myrtle Beach. Kind of give you guys a little bit more than just ghosts. Like it's more all about the supernatural and paranormal stuff. But where you're standing is where the Masons used to meet. This is a cool night for Charleston. So they come down here in their suspenders and white shirts, and this is where they would meet to have their meetings in the alley. So kind of a weird thing, but it's one of those weird facts. There's also said, and I still haven't had time to look this up, but the bricks in the center here are said to be the exact latitude or longitude of Charleston. So those numbers are 33 and 79.
That is pretty cool.
And I only know that because I'm working on The Secret by Byron Price. Are you guys familiar with that?
No.
If you're traveling all over the U.S., you should get someone involved just because it's really, really cool. But that's a whole other thing that's not paranormal. But anyway, so I'll quickly tell you the Fort Fremont story. So I was just starting off with the gadgets. I wasn't working with the psychic, but just to kind of show you how things can affect you.
Yeah.
It was me, my daughter. I have an emotional support animal to help with my epilepsy stuff, and my wife, who is disabled. So it's kind of like the handicap crew going through, different haunted locations. And we're testing out this particular app. And my daughter, she was 12 at the time, and we're at Fort Fremont in Beaufort, South Carolina. Don't confuse it with Beaufort, North Carolina. They get pissed off. They're spelled exactly the same. But anyway, the fort was never really used for anything, but it did kind of serve in and out of like 3 or 4 different wars, but it just kind of sat there with a magnet. We just wanted to see if it was haunted. We go down, and I get like these weird, crazy migraine, suicide headaches, and they don't come very often. So when I do get them, they're seasonal, so I can time them almost every day. It's 2 p.m. I'm gonna get a headache. They're like that, and they like drop me to the floor. So with this, I had one coming on, and my dog's going crazy.
Yeah.
Because he already knows that he can tell my blood pressure's changing and all of that. And my daughter wanted to see what the app was going to do. So I said, take your phone, go explore.
Yeah.
So I'm on the floor, on the ground, with the dog. My wife is trying to check up on me and watch my kid at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And we got all these crazy, a whole list of words of what you guys are about to have, but 3 words kind of stood out to me: Rock, Creek, and Raid. It turns out that Harriet Tubman led a raid from that area over a creek into like Rock City, North Carolina, and rescued all these slaves. It was in an exact phrase that she wrote to Colonel Montgomery. And I have all this on one of my blog posts because it was fucking crazy. So then I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy about Harriet Tubman, but I don't know shit about Harriet Tubman. So I started looking into her. Turns out she used to get headaches on the left side of her head from a riot that she was in when she was a little girl and got hit in the head with a rock or a glass bottle or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of one of those. I didn't have a headache for months after that, just to give you a gist. Like I told you, there are times. So it was kind of like one of those, when I tell you guys shit can be effective, it can seriously be effective.
Wow.
Because it's just the 2 of you and we're kind of moving pretty quick, you guys are going to get some kind of like bonus spots that I have that we're going to take a look at. So at the end of this alley, just so you know, is neighborhood. So tour guides are not allowed to do anything touristy in neighborhoods because that's just a city law. So we're just going to be 3 dudes hanging out, do something. And then we're going to make a right as soon as we hit the end of the alley, and then we'll make a left. And I got 2 extra spots that I've been, I kind of save them for small groups like this so we can go check them out.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Can you guys see? Do you need a flashlight?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I usually worry about the ladies coming down here as you trip.
And heels.
Heels. And I usually say, please wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah, we actually were late because Andrew was wearing his flip-flops and forgot the keys to the van to get his shoes.
Flip-flops are not good on this tour at all. So these are neighborhoods. Like these people live here.
What a life.
No.
Yeah.
So
We can start asking questions.
you can. I've gotten activity on this block like once or twice. Just random.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a passerby for me.
Yeah.
We're great. Oh, excuse me. How you doing?
And then after she did that,
Remember I told you about the market where we were at on
Oh, yeah.
keeps going up 4 blocks long.
Okay.
We're closed right now because of all the testing and all that.
Yeah. Is that still going on?
Somewhat. They did a big 2,000 people just walked over the Ravenel Bridge with Mount
Oh,
Pleasant
wow.
Police. Yeah. Mount Pleasant Police led it. So like, they were leading the whole thing. But yeah, I haven't heard anything today. But today was Floyd's funeral, so I'm sure.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
today.
Actually.
Yeah, that was in. Houston today at noon. We're gonna come back to this alley. Yeah, it's one of the most peaceful places in all of Houston. I love that
Oh,
alley.
that looks cool. Wow.
So the brown building, the brick building here at the end, is the Bocce's restaurant, and there's nobody inhabiting it now. The hope is that it's still empty by the time I need a shop, because that's where I'll put it.
Oh, nice.
And I will rent out the top as hotel rooms because it's completely haunted.
Oh.
So my shop will be in the bottom, and then actually there's lights on in there. Wow, somebody's in there. But nobody lives in the top right now. They're actually apartments, but I would actually turn them into hotels, like little hotel rooms, and
Yeah.
put a ghost kit in each one.
Yeah.
But have my shop downstairs.
That would be cool.
Not to mention it's right next to Tommy Condon's, which is also haunted, and the market is 1 block away, so it's a perfect spot for all of this activity to happen.
Yeah.
The thermal camera, this is where I've been super interested in trying to capture something in the windows, because you will get things that move around in those windows. My daughter has caught pictures in there, like a little bit of a shadow. But I'm looking for, like, the windows are going to be blue because they're already colder.
Right.
You need something darker blue or something shifting within that blue is what you're looking for. It's weird that the downstairs light is on. I will say that, because I've never seen any light on in that place ever.
Cool.
It actually looks like there's something in the very top left window. Like somebody's got a plant or something on the windowsill.
Yeah.
It's very weird. But this is one of those, like, bonus areas. I don't normally, like, I've been stopping here for a quick minute just to capture some video to take a peek. But this is an ideal location. Not to mention, I won't have to have my own parking lot because the garage is right there. This is apartments back here. People
Okay.
live here now. So, I mean, the shop would be in the front, and it's perfect for deliveries, which my packages wouldn't be that large anyway. We're talking books and ghost gadgets,
Yeah.
t-shirts and hats. You know, it's not a big... But this is kind of a weird area because there's a lot of little haunted spots in this
Yeah.
corner that most of your other ghost tours, I actually got the word stay. A lot of your other ghost tours, like they might mention Bocce's, but they don't really
Yeah.
have any gadgets to move or anything to kind of
Yeah.
look at it with.
Why do you want us to stay?
I know, right? I'm curious. I don't normally come over here. So the building ahead of us with the red crosses on it, that's the oldest building on record in Charleston. So that's the
Wow.
Powder Magazine. 1712 is when it was built. 36-inch thick walls because it used to hold gunpowder. And it is a groin vault ceiling, or groin vault building, which means it has 8 pillars around the edge
Yeah.
and 1 in the center, and they all meet to the center. So all 8 pillars go to the center. Super cool place. Like it's a cheap, let's go check out some old war uniforms and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It is served in 12 different wars, in and out, not full time, but in and out of 12 different wars. I don't normally get activity there, but they used to do this ghost hunting thing there years ago,
Yeah.
just in the front lawn, because there was a pirate that it is allegedly seen there from time to time. I'm not into pirates. I've never had any kind of interaction with pirates. I just, it's one of those things. So I actually want to check out the front yard real quick, just to see if we can capture anything with the camera.
I know pirates.
Looks like there's another tour there. Like this is one of those places where I've been in dozens of times, never caught anything.
Yeah.
You know, the guy running the shop knows me. You know, I bought all the books there to read up on it,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I have a season pass to keep going back. The cool thing too is that the roof, as you can see, some repairs were done there on the left corner. It has the original sand in the roof to keep the explosion down. So that sand is from like 1700.
Yeah.
Like craziness. Talking like 300-year-old sand to keep the blasts inside. There's one other thing about this.
When we had first walked into the parking lot, I heard books. but
Oh,
I didn't-
really?
but I didn't think it meant anything.
There's a lot of books in there.
It's like the one word I did hear. This.
It's interesting because I say on record is because the Pink House was finished in 1712. This was finished in 1713, but there's no record of the Pink House being finished in that year.
Oh.
And the Pink House is like a 700 square foot, 3-story home.
Yeah.
Gorgeous place. I get activity there, but it's in a neighborhood. Somebody lives there now.
Gotcha.
Very historical house. I want to say it dropped for like 1.4 million. Wow. There's literally 3 rooms. It's got a living room on the main floor, bedroom on the second, bathroom on the third.
That's such a
much.
flex.
Yep. It's because it's a piece of Charleston history.
Yeah.
So, because he's kind of taking up our space, we'll go over to the church, kind of check out. Yeah, this is a hot spot for all of the major goods stores. Like, they all come around here.
They look like they're about to crash.
What's that?
They looked like they were on a tandem bike, and she looked like she was about to fall off the back.
Probably a bike.
Yeah, we walked down here.
Yeah.
You guys come up here already?
Yeah, we walked
just
around a
earlier
little bit
today.
earlier today, and I remember walking past this.
So, that alley we walked past, I think we're going to go back to, that's the wall to that alley. If you notice, there's a doorway in there. That doorway, that alley back there is known as Dueller's Alley, so that's where duels would happen.
Oh.
The loser would go right through the door and go straight to his grave.
Jeez. Whoa.
Yeah, there's a graveyard right on the other side of that fence, and I think there's tours. Because they all stop right in front of the church.
Yeah.
But I'll give you the quick skinning of all these stories. Because they're fun. So right in front of that gate is a sign that says there's no ghost in St. Philip's but the Holy Ghost. And there's a reason for that. So 1888 is when the story originated from. I got the word meter, which is weird because this is an EMF meter.
Yep.
So it might be someone who's to watch that. Anyway, 1888, a woman died 10 days after her stillborn child. Her name was Susan Howard Hardy. 1988, exactly 100 years later. That's why I think there's a little bit of sketchiness to the original year, because of course you got to make it 100 years. England. That's interesting. Anyways, 100 years later, a photographer comes to town. He pokes his lens through the gates, takes a bunch of pictures. He gets a full apparition of a woman with a shawl and a baby basket next to her.
Wow.
You can see the picture online. Just look up Susan Howard Hardy, and you'll be able to see the picture. I don't show it on a tour. There's no females tonight, but if it's said, hey, check out this picture around, and female holds the picture, they'll start to not feel well.
Yeah.
If they're pregnant, the pregnancy is not going to go well. I'm not cursing my own damn tours. So if you want to see it, it's on the audio. By all means, when you're listening to it, somebody Google it. You can find the picture. It's amazing. So the cool thing about this, we're talking about 1988. There's no, I don't know how old you guys are, but there was no cell phones. There was none of that shit going on.
Yeah.
He had to debunk the picture somehow, so he sent it to Kodak. Kodak could not debunk the picture. So there's a whole story on it, on all of that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, super cool.
I would not want to have a kid in 2088.
He's taking us out, now he's walking up. So a couple other things going on here. So we have 2 sides of the cemetery, as I'm sure you guys noticed when you were up here before. John C. Calhoun is on that side, if you're any kind of political buff. So he,
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to show you.
No, you're good. I'm not either, obviously. So he actually crossed both sides several times because to be on this side, you have to be a citizen of Charleston. He's not. So he had to go back to the other side. So it was a back and forth until they figured out where he was going to go. And because he's a tomb, they could just pick him up and move him.
Yeah.
And the tomb is above ground. So right past that, we have the pirate house. So the pirates used to basically work on the wharf. Blackbeard would sit out there and watch the ships. The pirates would come in, and they'd go have some women. They'd have a pint. They'd have a good place to stay and sleep. That wasn't on a ship.
Yeah.
One block past that is Dock Street Theater, one of the top 10 haunted locations in America.
Ooh, oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, the cool thing about that is if you guys are going to be downtown tomorrow, you can take a daytime tour. You just walk in. Go check it out. Pull out an EMF detector on your phone. Just walk around and see what you capture.
That's cool.
Really cool. They know me by now. I walk in and they're like, hey, Nick, how's it going?
What's that called?
The Dock Street Theater.
Dock Street.
So the story there goes, it's pretty simple. It used to be a theater, originally, called Dock Street Theater, because this used to be Dock Street, no longer is. And then it was turned into a Planters Hotel, where they had prostitution, it was a brothel, that kind of thing, and then turned back into the theater that we know today.
Okay.
So the story goes, there was a young lady that used to work here at the church, and she was past the marrying age of 17. She was 23. She was no longer wanted by men. The but she seen what was going on down at Planters Hotel. So she put on her best red dress, got her job as a prostitute.
Yeah.
So everybody loved her, she just wasn't happy. So she used to sit on the second-story balcony, on the wrought iron balcony, on the banister, and kind of ponder about coming back. But one night while she's doing that, the priest from the church goes down and tries to talk to her. Storm rolls in, lightning strikes the banister and strikes her dead. Now, her apparition is seen from the knees up only. Keep in mind, somebody had to research this to figure out why. Because it was kind of like, why are we only seeing her from the knees up?
Yeah.
When we turned it back into a theater, we raised the first floor ceiling. She's walking on the floor that she knows. So, super cool story there.
Cool.
I have yet to capture anything myself in there.
Yeah.
I also believe that it's haunted due to other reasons. There is wood in there from the Radcliffe Borough neighborhood, very close to where we were, where we started. So Charleston, whenever something collapses, falls, earthquake, fire, we renew everything. It's just how we do it. They moved a bunch of wood from a fire at the Radcliffe Borough mansion up here. Whenever you transfer wood, anything made of nature, it's going to carry spirit activity with it. So I think it's haunted due to the wood.
Gotcha.
So when you walk in, the first doors you see that go downstairs into the main floor, those are from that mansion. They won't let you near them. I don't know why. They wouldn't let me in there past the ropes. The second floor has kind of like a chair rail going around, like 12 feet high. Can't reach it with an EMF because it's 12 feet in the air. So I didn't get any activity, but the theater, like I've been there to go see shows with my daughter. Like it's beautiful. My daughter's in the theater, so
That's cool.
yeah, so it's really cool. The other ghost that's there is Junius Booth, father of John Wilkes Booth, who shot Lincoln in a theater. Junius Booth was a traveling actor. He's not from here. He's not buried here. He didn't die here. Just loved it here so much. He said he'd been sitting here but didn't carry a dress. So we're talking like mid 1700s. So think of like those weird costumes with the pantaloons and you know that kind of shit.
I cannot take that seriously. It's all ghosts like that. Being attacked by the Lucky Thomas fan.
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, we cannot go all the way up there because it is somewhat of a neighborhood. That's why I kind of like, I stopped usually here at the church, but actually, since he's across the street, let's go capture some video real quick with the radio.
When we like first started in the first parking lot, I like panned over and the camera went over you, and I was looking at something hot, so you looked blue to it. It scared the crap out of me.
Get a quick pan with the video so we'll get out of his way. Let's see if we can actually capture it. Again, we're looking for those white lines. And that captures audio too. So you're not just going to get video that's empty. You're going to get the whole tour as we're walking through. I've been watching him, like I side YouTube on my TV now, so I just been uploading shit and watching it while I'm sitting on the couch. My daughter wakes up, she's like, "You working, Dad?" "Yep." "Sit down and tell me if you see anything." But this side you can't walk through because they're still doing some work to the stones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Daytime on the other side you can walk around. I have yet to capture anything with the EMF, spirit box, or anything.
Okay.
Stories in a Cemetery is just a gimmick name. You're never going to truly capture a whole lot out of a cemetery. Who wants to be hanging out where they're buried?
Yeah. It's
So
reasonable.
most people don't think that. I get a lot of phone calls. I'm like, which cemetery are you going into? No. Walking on one because this is Charleston. So much tragedy is happening here. It's every whole thing. Little blips, huh?
Yeah.
It's more of a personal experience.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys, we're just hanging out, telling some of those stories.
Yeah. It's
Actually, I
definitely.
usually have somebody like use the grid pen too while we're in here. First, we're right by the freaking bush, and that way you can see how far back it goes. Helps not like me with this guy. You have to be careful. See if I can capture anything. That's super hard for me to hold it still because of my shakiness. Really cool pictures though. I have the light here. Camera.
Yeah.
Is anyone here?
I heard a yes.
Do you have a name? How many of us are there?
Word design.
Can you make this wand in my hand change colors?
I don't usually get a ton of activity up here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, obviously, I like to go by graveyard.
Yeah.
It adds to the Philadelphia Alley, Dole's Alley story.
Yeah, there's jewelers.
But, yeah, this is a daycare center. Right next to the damn graveyard.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So we're still only 1 block away from the market, just to kind of give you guys a gist of where you're at.
Okay.
I know I kind of turn you guys around a little bit. I like to tell people where they're at. So the word verdict. Again, like once you look at the word list as a whole and you see a theme, like that's where I was able to capture like, oh my god, they were talking about all the fucking riots last
Right.
week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a disgusting symmetry talking about the
Yeah,
riots.
like that's a
That
big.
was pretty cool.
So where we're going used to be known as Cow Alley because that's where they used to keep all of the livestock for Charleston. So big long alleys where all the sheep and the cows, and so it was called Cow Alley. Then it became Dueler's Alley, obviously where duels would occur. And then when dueling became illegal, we had to change the name again. So it's now known as Philadelphia Alley. We named it after Philly because they bailed us out of one of the many fires. So whenever Charleston had one of its, we've had dozens of fires here. We had to name it after somebody. So it's now somewhat of a residential. At the end of it is there's people that live there, and you'll see that when we get down that way. Yeah, this is literally 1 block away from East Bay Street, one of the busiest streets we have down here, and this is what it sounds like all the time. Obviously, see the St. Philip steeple from here. Like, there's great pictures to be had here.
Yeah.
Galaxy. Didn't we have the word stars earlier?
Something. I think so.
It's very interesting. So this is every other ghost tour's big finale. I'll give you the story very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll stop here at the really cold Death Gate. Yeah, this is where the duels would happen. Then the loser. See you later. So the story goes, just keep in mind, this is where hundreds, if not thousands, of duels have happened. The why we keep telling this story over and over again, it's got legend to it.
Yeah.
So Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd moved down here from, I want to say, New Jersey-ish, somewhere in that area, because his fiance's lawyer would not allow him to marry her. She just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents, and the lawyer said, no, we think you're just after her money. Go finish your practice and get it started somewhere else, and then we'll talk. So he moves to Charleston. He hasn't finished his degree yet. So the coachman that brought him into town set him up to be robbed and killed. Dropped him off in a bad neighborhood, said you can get a good place to eat and a good place to sleep right here.
Yeah.
Again, set him up. He was going to be robbed and killed. He got a lot of money. Passerby named Ralph Isaacs stops and says, nope, this isn't a good place. Come with me. He takes him over to 59 Church Street. Yeah, I said that as we were walking in. That's why I said, didn't we get the word stars earlier?
Yeah.
So he takes him over to 59 Church Street, which is 1.4 miles from where you're standing. So, anyway, it's a good place. 2 ladies live there. He rents out the upstairs. He starts his practice. Things are going well. He's a very happy guy. He's known as the Whistling Doctor. So you can actually Google the Whistling Doctor, and this is the story that you'll read.
Okay.
Obviously, more in detail. So, Anyway, him and Ralph Isaacs were friends, but they're on different sides of society because the doctor's obviously moving up in rank in Charleston because he's a doctor. So they used to go to the plays together, but they would sit in different seats, so they would talk about the plays later. So they went to a play, The Richard III by Shakespeare. Don't know which theater. Doesn't say. But anyway, they're on their way home, and they're talking about one of the actresses that was in the play. The doctor liked her, Ralph did not. Turned into an argument, then it turned into an insulting party on the doctor's fiance back home. So the two get pissed off at each other, they go their separate ways. Ralph Isaacs writes something in the paper about where disgraced the doctor is to the city of Charleston. The doctor rebuttals with, let's duel it out in Dueler's Alley. So the two come down here. The doctor's friends are on this side, Ralph Isaacs' friends are on that side. They take their 20 paces, they turn, the doctor points his gun in the air and he shoots. He doesn't want to kill his friend, he just wanted to prove a point. However, Ralph Isaacs takes 2 shots below the knees. The doctor drops, his friends pick him up and carry them the 1.4 miles back to his home, and he dies 10 days later. The legend goes that you can hear the whistle as you walk through this very quiet alley and or the gunshots that occurred here during when it was a time of dueling alley. Cooper, we're near the Cooper River, just so you guys know.
Okay.
Which is very interesting. It actually runs through West Ashley. So it's somewhat nearby.
Cool.
That's interesting. Actually, so when I find shit like this where it relates to a map, like on top of your evidence, I will give you the map to show you where exactly it is from where we were.
awesome.
So we're in Philly Alley. I need to show you where Cooper River is. So at any rate, so as we're going through this, sometimes I really get cool words from here. I usually get more activity out of this guy than anything else, but it also says that
It's starting to pick up.
that's weird because I normally don't get anything until we're halfway down, and that's when we're near the actor studio for Dock Street Theater, and that's because they have so much equipment. That's weird that you have anything, but that's pretty steady. So I have to
really
say
steady.
that it's man-made. It's got to be coming from one of the buildings.
Okay.
So I'm going to debunk that and say let's not get too happy about it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't like to make shit up. So the other cool thing about this, other than the death's door behind me, is as we walk, the bricks get older. The bricks at the end, right by the dude's house that lives there, are sun-dried bricks from slave children, which means they had to turn them every hour. Accountability. Interesting. The kids had to turn them in order to dry them in the sun. You could still see some of the fingerprints, and there's a full handprint down there. Now, the guy who lives at the end says that it's a farce, like it's a made-up thing. I'm like, the handprint's right there, bro, and it's in 3 other places in Charleston. So it's kind of like, this is one of the only places downtown. The other ones are on plantations throughout the city. So I can point at it, and if you guys want to check it out, put your EMF near it. I've only had EMF from it once.
Okay.
But we'll have to keep moving because it is residential.
Gotcha.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
But this is where, like, you really need to turn this guy up to listen for those whistles and
Okay.
that kind of thing as we're walking through. Because it might be something we can't hear. And I got the word likely, which is good. Maybe we'll actually listen. Draft's got to be coming from there. Do you guys feel that chill?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's got to be that. It's got to be draft coming from the line. It's weird for that.
Just heard whoa.
Yeah, it's like this all day long. People just pass by real quickly, going to work or whatever.
Yeah.
I come down here in the mornings with my dog and just have coffee and my smoke.
That's so crazy. The history of it.
Well, I told you the acting studios down here too. They'll actually hold their gala events in here. Like they'll pull out the red carpet and have a buffet out here. I've had to take tours on the outside of it. Like,
Jeez.
there's when Philly Alley was actually established in 1760. Usually I get the mom of the group that wants to stop and take pictures down here because it's so pretty. It is, it's gorgeous. I love it.
What? Oh my gosh. That's unreal. It's so nice. Wow. That'd be funny to scare the hell out of me.
What?
That plane scared the hell out of me.
Whoa.
Where? Oh. Mm. Yeah.
One last stop. Where did you guys say you parked at?
We're just at the Hampton Inn. That's a big hockey.
It's a smaller one for us.
We're at the Hampton Inn.
You guys have to wait that way.
Yeah, we're up.
Would it be easier for me to walk with you guys exactly where we started? Because I'm parked obviously where we started. We're probably.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so building right here. This is the Wagner building. This is part of our cotton industry history. So the back of it would have been the warehouse. You could still see the doors there. They're now garages to the condos that are back there. But the offices would have been in the very front of the building facing the wharf, which is now Pineapple Park. It's kind of like a very common, it's very close to where the cruisers line up.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we're at. So the quick story here is that the last owner of the cotton industry in this place, he inherited it from his dad. He had no idea what he was doing. He got himself into a bunch of debt. He was very depressed. Just a crazy dude. He goes behind the American government and he sells all the cotton to the British. So he's got the boll weevil in town too, which is a small bug that eats cotton. So he's losing everything hand over fist. So he gets whatever money he can from the British. They unload from back here. They take it out to the wharf, Pineapple Park, and he watches from the second-story window. Once it's loaded, somebody gets too close to the cotton with a pipe, the whole ship goes up in flames. So we're talking about an already depressed guy. He piles up all the furniture in his office on the second floor, captain's chair on top, throws a noose and hangs himself.
Gotcha.
So it's the shadow of a swinging corpse that can be set here. I haven't caught any of that. I do get different temperature checks with the new camera on the second and third story windows. I usually have somebody with the infrared gun to test it out down there too. But I've had full conversations with the reverse spirit box down there. I've had that twice now. I've been doing this tour for 8 or 9 months. So it's only happened twice.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
so sometimes I get really cool stuff out of this. Sometimes it's dead as a doornail.
Yeah.
Now, the front of the building is turning into 3 major wedding reception areas, so it's going to be 1 on each floor, and then possibly a 4th on the rooftop with like a 10-star restaurant. It's facing the water. This is Charleston. This is a big wedding
Going
place
big.
to go. Yeah. So, I mean, we're talking, it's probably going to take $25K just to rent it for a night,
Jeez.
and that's probably without food,
Yeah.
just to get it on the waterfront.
Jeez.
Now, the cool thing is that there's a bar across the street called the Bendy Lounge. You can go to the rooftop there and actually get a great view of the second and third story during the day. Yeah, so I've gotten some cool pictures up there when I did my blog post about this. Mind you, most of the places we've been to tonight, the full story is in my blog.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to get my card when you guys leave anyway, so that way you guys can check it out. But it's all on the same site that your evidence is going to go on. So, what do I get out of this? Sometimes I get like insects itching and cotton field and all kinds of shit when I'm near this building. You just never know.
That's cool.
Sorry, am I blowing smoke at you guys?
No, you're
No,
fine.
yeah.
I normally don't smoke on the tour.
No, we don't mind.
Yeah, I do not care.
We don't mind at all. I had a classmate that actually passed away from pain himself.
Really?
Yeah. So, if there's like any energy or
Oh,
yeah.
me too.
It's funny, like I had another classmate pass away yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what the cause of it was, but it's like the fourth one in the past month. Like my wife's like, "What's going on with your hometown?" All right, so we just got the word porch. And let me tell you the significance of this word. So we just passed Poogan's Courtyard. Now there's another place called Poogan's Porch. And we don't go by it because it's in a neighborhood. It's a little off the beaten path. But it's haunted by two people, Zoe and then the dog, Poogan. So the dog will actually pull at your leg while you're eating. And Zoe is said to be seen in the women's restroom. I've eaten there, I think, twice now.
Yeah.
And I actually open this up and just put it on the table while I eat. You know, it's a really nice, fancy place. If you can catch actually something from there. But the fact that we just walked by Poogan's Courtyard is interesting because I think the last time I was here, I got the name Zoe. Which I was just like, okay. So it's just because they actually asked me, I deliver flowers too when I'm, in between Ubering. I got a business partner up in Somerville. And she'll ask me to deliver flowers for her. She asked me to deliver down here to the Courtyard for a wedding. And I was kind of like, yeah, I'll do it. She's like, well, you know downtown. I'm like, it's on my tour. I know where it is.
Yeah.
So I actually asked her if I can walk through I had my gadgets with me. She's just, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I walked through and I didn't get anything. But I still have the contact information so I can go to Poogan's Porch. I got the word already, too. But just interesting that the word porch came up. So again, this is going to be 3 major wedding venues, and I think they're debating if they're going to do a rooftop or not. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty tall. So just watch your step if you're going to try to get video for that. Just if you get any kind of shadows or any kind of darker blue in those windows, like we've got it. But that's the bar I was talking about, the Vendu. You can actually go up to the top.
Oh, yeah.
And actually get a really good view from up there. Yeah, it is. Work quickly. George, are you here? The gentleman hung himself. His name's George. Later? 2 weeks ago, when tours opened back up, I think I had the word fire over here too, talking about the ship.
Yeah.
So that was another cool one. I didn't get anything on your EMF. Did you get anything from the windows?
No.
Do you know the name of my classmate that passed away?
What was the name?
Jamie.
Organic.
She was like kind of hippie.
We're talking about cotton fields here too. It was an enterprise. Starting to spit off some words here.
Yeah, getting a lot of words.
For what? It comes up with money, debt.
Yeah.
Or even like depression, madness. George, keep talking to us. What happened here? Decline. Okay, can you tell us the classmate of Andrews? Do you know her? Him?
Her.
Her? Ship. They loaded the ship for the cotton.
Yeah.
What happened to the ship? Disease? Come on, what happened to the ship? No, Isaiah isn't anybody relevant unless they worked in the warehouse. George Poirier was the name.
Starting to get a little bit of blitz.
So we have to be careful on this end because we do have like the crosswalks.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of my folks will go to the crosswalk. I'm like, look, it's going crazy. I'm like, no, it's blipping.
Oh yeah, true.
Come on, George, give us one more word. Pretty cool that you're getting off across the street. Most of my people won't look over there. Come on, George. One more. Keep it going. All right, George, I'm going to call it, buddy. I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Sound like I heard love you.
So we'll have to listen for that. But once I hear that bye or goodbye, I've gotten full goodbyes out of it before.
It sounded like it was like a quick like love you.
I heard like
That would be ironic.
I thought it heard like bye like right after you said
Yep,
it.
I did too.
Yeah, I was
So, what do you guys think? Pretty cool?
Yeah,
Definitely.
that was pretty cool.
Alright, I'm going to officially end this and shut this off. So, got about an hour and 21 minutes of that.
Oh,
And then, of course,
awesome.
with like
Oh,
our...
well, I guess it's that.
Yeah, probably. Alright, so... Go ahead and stop recording there. And let's get this stuff put away, and then we'll walk back to the car. You guys can ask me a shit ton of questions, and